Wanna know my name or the name of my horse? You ask me.
That's who the hell you calling Snowball, horse boy? I'll snatch your black ass off that nag down in the mud.
Is Christ on the earth right now, Dier?
Yes, brother, man, that's correct. Christ is walking out.
See what I mean? Y'all gotta pay attention to what people are saying.
Hey, my brother, are you trying to say that the real Israel in Egypt is over here in America? Is that why you saying he was born in Louisiana?
Well, I'm not saying it's in America. I'm saying these things are states of mind. So, spiritually, yeah, he was born in these places, yeah. Just like we was. Yeah, that the Virgin Mary is the spirit. That's why it says you have to be born again. And to be born again is not to go in your mother's womb. So the spirit dawned onto the Son of Man just as a dove. And that's what made him be the firstborn of the dead. That's what Christ says. He's the anointed one from the dead. So he was raised up. And once he was raised up, that's when he began to speak on things pertaining to God. That's why he hasn't sinned. Because sin is not what y'all imagine that sin is or what the world has taught mankind to be sin. Sin is to teach on things pertaining to God when you ain't got the spirit. That's why I say you transgress the law. Because the law comes from a man. But not just any man. It comes from the anointed high priest, the one that God chooses.
You do not believe the text as it's written. You believe there's a secret knowledge of the text. And it's speaking in riddles. And you're one of the few that know what it's actually saying.
That's why I say I take up my cross daily. This has nothing to do with your imagination about how y'all think somebody went through something 2,000 years ago. Right now, it's a brother who stood up for our people, and our people reject him and deny him. We was told that these things happened 2,000 years ago, so you wouldn't see it happening in your days. Now, the reason I believe the Son of Man is chosen from amongst the people, because that's how God always did it.
Well,
and God don't change.
And you taking pieces of what you want to believe out of Scripture, and
okay, brother, what is the Scripture? The Scripture is the will of God. Never spoke from Scripture. God always chose men. So that just as God chose the prophets, God was going to speak to us in the last days through His Son. But we rather pick up a book or lean to our own imagination when these things was going to be presented to us through the one God chose, which would be the Son.
So are you saying that the Bible is not a reliable source because you have your Christ?
Because the Bible lets me know that we should not be seeking the book, the scriptures for everlasting life when they testify of the one that God is not sending somebody 2,000 years ago. God was going to send somebody in our generation the same way He raised up the prophet. God didn't send Noah in the time of Moses. Because God always chooses a new vessel. God is a living God. God doesn't die. God is a spirit that raises up a new vessel, which would be a New Testament, which would be a new testimony speaking about God. But y'all leaning towards the pen.